All right, everybody. We back another week. College football. Hey, we're gonna tackle a couple things here, man. Marshall Faulk to the Colorado Buffs. We're gonna talk about some top recruiting classes. Get you guys' opinions on that, and what's going on with these power conferences. Seem like they wanted to try to regain some power, if you will, playing off of that name. But we'll talk all about that in about 2 seconds, gentlemen. All right, check out music by J Tones, Terrence Jones, with the hot intro track there. Welcome to Triple Option, everybody. I'm Mr. 401 in the building today. Philly Red Zone. Kobe
Hey,
Cole
hey.
from the low. What up? We got Cole from the low in the building as well.
Yo, yo,
What
yo.
up, Cole? Yes, sir. Cole from the low on all social media platforms. Cole from the low. And our senior analyst, Coy, is in the house. All right. All right, gentlemen. Power conferences. They're trying to take over players' pay. Coy, you brought this to my attention, man. What's going on with this?
Yeah. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you know.
So basically, the Power Five, Power Six, Power Four, whichever way you want to believe it, since the NCAA really has no power over the NILs and all that stuff that's going on, what they're proposing is that they basically create a commission, get a commissioner, a board, and they control and look out for violations in quote unquote, like for instance. The some people believe that Ohio State this year, when they brought in all those XI NIL recruits, kind of crossed the line. So they're trying to, in their eyes, police themselves because they know they can't. They know they have no self control. But truth be told, me personally, I think somebody's feelings got hurt that somebody outbid them for a contract for a player. So y'all weigh in on that.
Um, I mean, I get it, but the phrase "the genie is out the bottle." I don't think the players is going, pretty much going to go for that. I wouldn't. I don't want. I don't. The NCAA had their hands in their players' pockets and mismanaging them for decades. And now we before they couldn't get money, now they getting real money, and now they trying to control what they get. Probably try to, if they able to do this, then they're gonna end up putting caps on what the kids could the amount of income that they can generate while attending school on a scholarship, and it's just a slippery slope. And if I'm a player, I'm definitely fighting back. I'm lawyering up right now and putting a stop to it before it even grow legs.
All right, yeah, I heard you there, Philly, on that. Genie out the bottle. Hey man, they reacting. That's for me. Now they're trying to react because the power, is shifting, and also these, the teams are realizing now. Well, excuse me, the universities, they're realizing now, man, that uh, the power shift is really moved into the players' hands now, and they're dictating, basically who's going to win too now. Because you think about Ohio State was probably one of the most uh, paid for play teams in the tournament,
But I don't.
and
I
now
wouldn't say
you
the power. I still wouldn't say the power is moved to the players because the power is moved to who has the most bank, which still turns around, and you put your 10 most usual suspects in control of everything. Yes, the players have movement. Yes, they can go. They can go from here, there, whatever. But at the end of the day, the game is who has the biggest character. Because the players are not going for less money. They're all drawn to who has the most money. So the power is still in the same hands. It's just a different dynamic for, say, that Power Five second tier team that want they talk the talk but can't walk the walk. You see what I'm
Yeah, I hear
saying?
you on that. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that. I mean, it is the teams that
And
basically have the money.
also one
But
more thing. Philly, part of that article is talking about a salary cap. So you were dead on without even reading the whole article.
Hey,
yeah,
dude, I ain't even read it. I ain't even know it was a thing. But I know, but the thing is, I know how these companies and I know these Power Fives is a business, and they seeing how
exactly.
these kids is generating money, and it's basically the wild wild west to them, and they want to cap and control, and that's wrong. I mean, the NCAA and these schools been capping and controlling these kids for decades, and they weren't getting nothing, and they were generating millions and billions of dollars for these schools, and these kids couldn't even get a lunch program, outside of when they're in season, and it was struggle city for a lot of these kids. Now they're able to monetize, and you want to come in and dictate who they can sponsor up with, how much they can make, when they can make it, you know, who can control the funds, when they, what I mean, over a certain amount, where the money can go, and then I want to be surprised if the schools find a way to tax the money when the kids make it. It goes through their pipeline.
Hmm.
Through a system that they control, tax the money and then give it to the kid. So they taking a percentage, and that's what they're trying to get. They're trying to get a percentage of these kids' money, and that's wrong.
Hey man, it's been wrong for decades, man. But yeah, and but they man look at it like this too. Like the players can move. They can move and go where they want. They can follow the money. At the end of the day, the teams with the better players are generally going to be in position to win. So that's going to be the next thing too. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to make sure that you can't move. Like
Yeah.
all this is going to start falling in because it is quote unquote, depending on your viewpoint, it is something that's going to be is out of hand. And
Hmm.
I'm actually glad that some of these teams are upset because, like, oh well, this guy paying for this one. I think the coach for Ole Miss, he out there whining, Kiffin. But
Yeah.
guess what, Kiffin, you benefited from it too because there's schools in your same state that can't compete with you because you can pay your guys can pay for players and get the better players. So hey, this is what it is right now.
Exactly. And then Kiffin
Yep.
making what, $8-9 million a year as a head coach? Come on now, shut up.
Exactly.
You gonna argue with a
Exactly.
kid making 1 to 2.5 million off an NIL deal? To help feed himself and his family while he's risking his career. Like, come on now.
No, no, no. To
Yep.
be fair, most NIL deals are less than 20 grand.
Well,
Yep. I
yeah,
mean, but
You see,
yep.
and I personally think that what they're trying to do is get all the kids, create a cap, put all the kids under 50,000 or less, just so because that way, one, you basically got a cap limit on it, and two, the less the more you bring down the cap, the more control you got over the kids. Because what happens is now you take a freshman or take Shador, Archie Manning, or some of that one of that ilk. When they came in after their first deal, they had made over $2-3 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, sophomore, junior, senior year, I can see this. These kids now they got the money. Now they claim the money. Now they're like, I'm gonna go find me somewhere to go win a championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what I was referring to as far as the players being able to move. Right
right.
now, you can go play here and stack up over here, win a championship over there. They gonna pay you to come over there. We
Hmm.
was just talking about you was one we about him possibly being one of those guys that's gonna be paid to come play where Ohio State or somewhere else like that, or whatever
Yeah.
school needs that quarterback, and the highest bidder gonna get him.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, because now one thing about power and control,
Hmm.
they prefer order versus chaos. Because chaos, you cannot predict chaos. But once you in order to hold on to power, you got to create some form of order.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Let's see, Cole, you here? You here with us, bro?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, good. All right, just feel free to jump in whenever you can. Um,
I
I know
got
you've
you.
been moving around lately. All right, man. Okay, so that's where we're gonna see how this all start panning out. Guys, what do you think about Marshall Faulk to Colorado? Um, what's your thoughts on that move there? Coach Prime hiring Marshall Faulk, I believe running backs coach.
I think it's a great thing for Marshall. I don't know if Marshall was coaching prior, maybe doing like the whole NFL intern type coaching deal
Hmm.
with an NFL team, but if he wasn't, I mean, this is a good stepping stone to start at Colorado, a program that struggles at running back currently. And I guess with, with the excuse me, with Colorado bringing in Marshall Faulk, that's an indicator that they must have a few running backs in the pipeline, and they're going to actually build their offensive line to focus on the run and then the pass, and actually build a complete offense. You know, but I think it's good. You know, you got a Hall of Fame player that's coming in along with Warren Sapp and a couple other ex NFL players and pouring into the kids and it only can be a plus for Colorado and their future running backs that's coming through the program.
I agree. It's a plus plus from both sides because it gives Marshall it put him in a position to slowly rebuild his reputation.
Yes.
That's because so and he can't I don't think he was because of the way his situation ended at the NFL Network. I'm not sure if he could have got into the NFL coaching internship type of deal. He almost got to go back and work his way back forward. So it's been a few years now, and it's a good look for him to. And besides, I mean, we all watched him as a player, and out of that desk, if you want to talk about, because it was Prime, uh, Lawrence Sapp, Michael Irvin, Marshall, and the quarterback from Arizona,
Oh, Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
or Warner.
Yeah.
And out of and most of the time, I would say that on that desk that Kurt Warner and Marshall probably gave the most in-depth insight, especially on the offensive
Hmm.
side of the ball. So
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
so. So I know he can see and break down ball. So I mean, it'd be a plus. And the way Prime is runs that offense out there, they don't need a bruiser. They need a versatile back, someone that's going to be in the ilk of like a Marshall Faulk type of.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a great fit as far as I can say.
Yeah. That was an excellent move by Coach Prime there. And I like what you also mentioned, gentlemen, about like the you know, the reputation. And we're not out here to bash people and things like that, but we are out here to talk sports and don't hide from stuff. And Warren Sapp, Marshall Faulk, they have some things in their work past. You know what I'm saying? That this is a great way to fall into a nice spot, a nice cushion where he can be cushioned and get back in there and get his coaching career going without a lot of backlash. Um, let's also not forget that he's a New Orleans native,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually was in talks with Southern University to be a head coach possibly. And I'm not certain what happened or how that did or didn't work out, but he did have head coaching aspirations, and hey, this could be a way for him to jump right into his next head coaching job down the line. So um, great move there, and I'm looking forward to it actually. Man, that's a great fit. Imagine Marshall Faulk was playing on that team.
Yeah.
Just to poke at Mr. 411. So now Dion basically got Sap and Falk, right? And
Yep.
there's been rumors that he was almost in the running for the Cowboys and some other pro jobs, right?
Yeah.
He could be building his staff before he go. I'm just saying.
Hey man,
Because
you,
you think about it, you think about
that's
it,
a
those,
smart
I mean,
move.
because everybody, because that they, what you can't tell me that those two don't have credibility. And then if you
Right.
prove, if they do what they need to do at Colorado, you can't say they can't coach. So now you bring it in the staff, and
Mm-hmm.
more than likely, when you come in, you're gonna have the vets or whatever. But more than likely, when you get there, you're gonna if they say they stay there another couple years at Colorado.
Hmm.
Mhm. When you come in, there's gonna be a good percentage of those kids that contacted and you recruited that are in the that have made that second. I mean, has moved on to the pro level, and now you have relationships because you early on in their
Yeah,
journey you were recruited by, talked to, or even played for. So
Corey, you on to something, man. You are on to something there. Hey, somebody mentioned Kurt Warner. And Kurt Warner does great breakdown. I can't. I gotta find his link, but imagine somebody having Kurt Warner on their staff too.
Yeah. I mean,
I know I
that would be.
would if
I
he
mean,
was.
that would be solid.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he came from basically the bottom. I mean, to have being drafted late by Green Bay, being cut by Green Bay, going to play NFL Europe. NFL Europe fell apart, and you going and you bagging groceries at the local, grocery store, and you playing arena football, and then a year or two later, you turn around, you the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. That's hey.
I mean, that's a
Hey,
story for you. That look, that gives that guy on the bottom of the roster hope. You know,
yeah, because he can actually say he knows what it's like. He's
yeah.
been there. Yeah.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
in Green Bay at the time behind Brett Favre, Mark Brunell, and was it Detmer and I forgot who else was
Dang.
in front of him. He was like the fourth or fifth guy.
yeah,
In in that in that quarterback pool.
we can legitimately say he's a top 20 all time quarterback.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
yep.
Yep. Easily. Yep. Definitely can say that.
I mean,
Yep.
you look at it. He got the same layout as Brett Favre, going to two Super Bowls, winning one, losing one, putting up gaudy numbers. Having a prolific offense. And then turn around. Going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, gosh. You know.
Yeah. Man, I think we just made the case for him to be a head coach somewhere.
Without the dope,
I know, right?
well, hold
I'm gonna
on,
call a couple schools.
without
You
the
call
dope
them
and
up,
the
man. We need a percentage of that coaching salary.
yeah, because yeah, Warner did it without the dope and stealing money from black kids.
Yeah, how about that, right? How about that?
Yeah. 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 All right, man. Marshall Faulk to Colorado. All right.
Yeah,
All right, gents. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got, Coy? Oh, the top 25 recruiting classes. Let's get into some recruiting. What are you guys seeing and hearing out there?
Man,
Is it the same usual suspects, or is there any other teams we could throw in, or what?
No, because I mean I'm not looking at them driving, but if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
Georgia's in the top 15, not top five,
yeah,
and then Tennessee I think moved. What's Tennessee five? This is all I'm going off of what I can remember seeing. Tennessee's in the top five.
Okay.
In other words, the usual suspects are kind of scattered. I mean, I think Notre Dame and maybe Ohio State are up high, but it's not where it's normally been. You go, oh, A&M's actually got the top quote unquote top recruiting class, right? Coming in.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me help you out right here. You know,
yeah. A&M always
Tennessee.
on paper, have the top recruiting class, and then then they start playing.
Yeah. Well, you looking at top five right now. You got Tennessee Vols number five. You got A&M. Texas A&M is two. Oregon is number one
Hmm.
thus far. And I can get the other ones for you in a second, but let me see. Penn State. Penn State's at four, and Penn
Yeah.
State's at four right now. So that's the ones up at the top. But Alabama, why? Well, I'm not hearing them in the top five. Should we be surprised at that, guys?
I would say no, because I mean, and when it boils down, it's all about the coaching. The
I
you know,
mean, we're
you
not
know,
seeing Ohio State either, or
yeah,
Georgia. So, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
But you got to also remember, you got to put the caveat in it. What has changed? Why you don't see the top recruiting classes being that big of a deal? What is the biggest thing that has became in the stratosphere of
pay
why
for play.
Yep.
you got yes
Yeah.
the portal,
Yeah.
The
the
portal.
teams.
Oh yeah, that too. Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yeah.
They gotta take care of the players in the portal first before they go look at
Hmm.
high school seniors. So
Right.
that's how you got to kind of look at it. Now,
Correct.
I would have to do a little research and check and see which are the top quote unquote kids coming into the portal because I think it's pretty much closed for now, right? Or do they got one more shot?
I'm not sure, but
That's why I
Yeah.
need TB where you at, and that's why I need you around. But we can see who is who are the top quote unquote potential moves in the portal, and
Hmm.
then see where all of them went, and then relook at it and say who had the best class. Because realistically, whether they come from the portal or they come from high school, it's basically that's your incoming class. I won't say freshman, but that's your incoming class. So
Well, looking at if y'all can hear me, looking at 247 Sports, LSU's up here with listed one, Mississippi, Ole Miss two, Texas Tech, 17 commits. I mean, it's a lot of players moving around here. But you just said something, Quay, that really just made me think about this. So you have the portal kind of period, and you got these players that you're paying to see where they go, and then you got the recruiting. It's not like it's kind of like, man, we at the end of that era where you're recruiting players
and then
hmm
also
at top
hold on,
priority,
also let's remember something. Remember when we had Lamont on a few weeks ago? They
right?
shrunk
About the
they shrunk the rosters down too. So
Oh yeah.
that in turns that affects the same thing. So now you can't have as many kids on campus to play football. That's the first thing. Second
right,
thing, freshmen can't unless you quote unquote a generational type of five star. There's no guarantee that you're gonna get into one of those on campus on one of those power five schools, right?
Yeah.
correct, correct.
Because now you got the transfer portal in effect. So that's remember when we were talking earlier about control and order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't if you can't get to the school, you can't get to the money.
Yeah. I know. And let's add what the other guy from IMG was talking about with the whole JUCO situation. When does
That's
that go into
Lamont.
effect?
Yeah, that's Lamont.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Lamont E. Thomas.
That's
Yep.
this year.
Okay. So I mean, that's a I mean,
Well,
I would think that
correction.
would be
That's
a
now. It's actually
yeah,
right now. So
I would think that would be a factor for a kid that's struggling with grades or not getting the response or the schools that that he want to look at him or want to attend. I mean, why not take the JUCO route for for the year and then try it the following year, bulk up and you know I mean,
Yep.
why not? You're not you what he said, you're not losing eligibility, so you know why not do it? You
And
got
then
some
there's something
exam.
else. Oh, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Finish
I
your
mean,
thought.
no, I was about to say, you got examples like Chad Johnson or T.J. Huzmanzada or
Mm-hmm.
Steve Smith that went the JUCO route. There's a couple other guys I'm probably missing that went JUCO and then ended up at Power Five schools, and I
Right.
mean Cam Newton, he's
Cam.
another one. And, his
Yeah.
Yep.
situation was different because he had more legal stuff and got expelled.
Uh,
You know what I mean? But you
the
know,
kid from Phoenix City, from Carver High School, that he ended up at Alabama. He actually got drafted cornerback. He actually went JUCO and transferred into Mentor.
okay.
It's been a few years
Oh
ago,
yeah,
but
mentor.
yeah,
Yeah, mentor. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's proven that that's a good strategy.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean? Yeah,
sometimes you're a work in progress,
yeah. Some of these
and then
kids they
nobody.
not mature enough. They might not
Right.
mature enough to be on a big campus and manage their school, manage now NIL. So you managing money and you got to go to practice and get ready for a game, all the while trying to manage the college life. You know, you the
And
head
you're away from
honcho.
home.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
away from home and get that homesickness that a lot of
yeah.
you know young adults have to go through.
Yeah, yeah. So all those factors, man.
I mean, and
You
then
know.
when you start going to those Mississippi, those Arizonas, and
Hmm.
all those JUCOs out in those areas, one thing,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the trenches because you don't have the funding that you would so called don't have at a Power Five school. But most people don't realize is most of those kids are highly talented and very hungry. Yes,
Yeah,
because they're most of the 4 stars and 3 stars that would probably have been on somebody's campus if it wasn't for some unfortunate reason for them not being able to
Hmm.
go to them, whether it's grades, whether
hmm
it's missing a year, injury, whether it's problems, law, family, whatever. And so they put them
yeah,
in,
Right.
they'll send these kids over there to see how hungry they really are. Some of them kids are straight monsters.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a good position. I mean, it's a good way to make it to the next level. It's almost like surviving gladiator school. So,
yeah. Exactly,
you know,
Yes,
exactly.
sir. All right. Okay. Well, anything else you want to sum it up with? Any comments from anybody before we roll out?
No, man. I think we knocked it on out for the collegiate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll be diving into some more things next week. But we're about to dive into this Super Bowl conversation here in a minute, and some of this NBA roundtable with the trade deadline and all those things. So we're gonna be on in about another 10 minutes for that. So make sure you tune in for the super review. All right. I think Philly Red Zone has something to say about that as well for some strange reason today.
Oh yeah, it's a green team that's in the Super Bowl today. You know, hence the nickname Philly Red Zone.
red zone.
I
Oh,
anticipate the
okay.
Philly being in the red zone a lot today. You know.
You pushing effect.
Hey, tush push your way to a
Ha-
second
Have we
Lombardi.
hit the
Let's
Super
get
Bowl
it.
talk yet? Are we talking about Super Bowl?
Oh, in about 5 to 6 minutes,
Yeah.
we'll be on. So we're gonna,
Okay. I do most of my talking then.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Cole, bring it, baby.
Or you gonna jump in then, Kobe?
Oh man,
Oh
hold on.
yeah,
I'm gonna mute real quick. I gotta ask a question to my mom.
yeah. All right, guys. Well,
What was that
let's
last?
go ahead and
What
put a
was the third
pretty bow
topic?
to this. So,
What was the
oh,
third
those were the
topic? I can't remember.
what? Oh no,
It
what
was
we
three.
had today, we had the recruiting.
Oh yeah,
All
that's
right, we
all
had the
three of them. That's all
recruiting.
three of them. All right, cool.
All right,
See,
yeah,
we closed them
yeah,
off.
we did it.
Quick, fast, and a hurry.
Yeah, man,
All right,
got it
I'll
in,
let
man.
I'll let y'all pro guys talk Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yep. All right, well, we'll be on
I'll hear
You
YouTube.
don't
y'all.
want to join the fun?
I'm driving, Kobe, and that means I have to find another link and jump in. This link was saved, but anyway, if I can see it, I might jump on.
Don't worry,
Yep.
don't worry. I'm
Uh,
doing no talking for both me and you.
Hey,
I know you're gonna represent for me, Kobe. I ain't even worried about it.
hey, hey,
Cause
Corey, it'll be on the show
I
too, so it'll be on the show too. Yeah, the link will be out there. But hey, we about to go jump
for
into it
sure,
anyway.
sure.
So
let's let's get to
yeah.
it.
All right. Well, all right, we out of here on this one, and I catch y'all on the in the other studio. Let's get it.
All right, bro. One.
One.